Hi, my name is Shola, and I just want to talk about employment opportunities for immigrants and refugees and Mirror Kitchen Collective and why that program is so special. So first, I'm just going to talk about how I came into contact with Mirror Kitchen Collective and how I got to know them. So in 2017, I was interning for a nonprofit called Baltimore Core. And Baltimore Core helps local nonprofits and people get in touch with social organizations. So at the time I was a communications intern, and they were doing a program called the Elevation Awards. And the Elevation Awards is able to help individuals who have up-and-coming nonprofits or want to start a nonprofit, and it gives them a grant to begin to start this program. So Mirror Kitchen Collective was one of the programs that won an Elevation Award that year in 2017, and I got the chance to meet Chef Lillian and hear her speech when she won the award. I had got the opportunity to interview multiple organizations that won the award that year, but I'm not quite sure if I got to interview Lillian. I'm not sure I got the chance, but that's when I heard of Mirror Kitchen Collective. That was my first time encountering them, and I was so excited because I really loved the work that they were doing for immigrants and refugees and the empowerment that was coming from this organization. So it was at that point that I knew for a fact that I wanted to engage with this organization, and I wanted to be in contact with them some way. I didn't know how yet, but I just knew that I wanted to talk to them. So I reached out to Chef Lillian, and I said, I want to work with you in the future. Just saying, like, just an open, general email or reaching out, and I said, I really would like to work with you in the future. I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. And then also at this time, I was helping run an organization called TU Dreamers that helped advocate for undocumented students and immigrant students on campus. And then in 2019 was the time I finally got the opportunity and the idea to really create a event. So my event was like an immigrant advocacy event. It was called Origins. I held it on April 19th, and my intentions were to really like put on an event that empowered, advocated, and celebrated immigrants, because at the time there was a lot of negative discourse about immigration and whether immigrants were legal or not legal, and there was a lot of like negative discourse and negative talk about immigrants in general. So I wanted to combat that with an event that would like celebrate and empower immigrants. So my first thing was I needed immigrant businesses there, because I know how important it is to celebrate and support immigrant businesses, because they might have to support themselves through other means. So I reached out to several immigrant businesses to see if they wanted to be vendors at my event. I reached out to immigrant artists to see if they wanted to sell art at my event. I had someone who sold hats, I had someone who sold clothes, I had someone who sold art at the event. And just to really support immigrants economically, because that's also really, really important. But I also had like speakers there, as well as like performers. So like I had a couple of friends who were also immigrants who did like poetry or singing or something like that. And when it came to Mirror Kitchen Collective, I realized I really, really wanted them to come speak at my event, because they were something that really inspired me to do this. So I reached out to Mirror Kitchen Collective, and I had to go through a bunch of hoops because no one was like really available. It was a really like tough time, but I finally was able to get in contact with Chef Aisha. And Chef Aisha reached out to me, and she came to my event, and she told us all about her journey as someone from Kuwait who came to America and had and started with Mirror Kitchen Collective and being a part of that. And she just told us the story about why it's so important to have things like this, and it was something that was absolutely amazing and inspiring, and honestly one of the best experiences of my life, and I'm so grateful that I got to meet them. Now I'm even more excited to support immigrants. I'm even more encouraged to support immigrant businesses, and I want more things like Mirror Kitchen Collective to exist, because an immigrant-owned and operated business is so empowering. it can really give the concept of ownership and the concept that it is a collective is so much better than it just being a business that hires immigrants, even though that's important too. It's just also making immigrants know that they are valid and they are worthy and they are also able to be part of something. So I'm really grateful for Mirror Kitchen Collective and everything that it showed me. And I will continue to support immigrant businesses, and I hope that immigrant businesses or various programs will follow the lead of something like Mirror Kitchen Collective, because it's so important to economically support refugees and immigrants.